A very good morning to all of you. This is Shweta Gandhi, an IELTS trainer from IELTS Group. Today, we are coming with one of the most important components for IELTS, that is called writing. And in writing, we are specifically dealing with writing task 2. What is writing task 2? Writing task 2 is one of the important components in IELTS exam. As we know that we have 4 components for IELTS. The one for the testing of your listening part, the second for your reading part, the third for your writing part, and the fourth part of your speaking, where the examiner will test your analytical skills about how you speak, about your logical terms, how you generate your ideas, your reading part, whether you're able to comprehend the passages or whether you are able to comprehend the speaking of others or not. That is listening, of course, and you can listen it and you can directly copy your answers. So in this way, IELTS exam will be conducted, and for students who are actually facing problems, particularly in the sections, there are 2 sections, there are 2 components in which students are facing a lot of problems, because listening and reading is, listening and reading are very easy tasks. They can easily cover the part because it is very easy, because our organs are working there. Your eyes are looking at something and you are comprehending something, and you can directly transferring your answers in the reading part. Whereas in the listening part, you are just listening to the words, you are listening to the accent, you are listening to the stories, and you can copy some answers to that. But when talking about writing and speaking is that particular part where you have to generate your ideas, where you have to generate your thoughts, and you have to write in the proper method, you have to write in the proper accuracy form. So for that, today I am going to start with one of the important components that's called writing task 2. What is writing task 2? Let's understand first, and then I can today specifically give you the tips and strategies for specific one type of writing task, that is writing task 2, that is problems and solutions. In writing task we have total 8 types of essays. 8 types of essays involve all proper format of how to write an essay. Essay must be written in the 4 part, introduction, your BP1, your BP2, your conclusion. But students, how they can write, there is some proper tip, there is some structure you need to follow, and for that today we are going to solve such method. And out of all 8 essays, we are going to discuss one type of essay, that is called problems and solutions. And let's see how we can go through it. Okay, so the important thing is, first you need to understand that in writing task 2 we have 40 minutes to cover the task. When we are covering the task in 40 minutes, means why? Out of 1 hour writing task 2 we have to give 40 minutes. Why? What is the reason behind that? The reason is, out of 9 bands, 6 bands are specifically for writing task 2, but 3 bands are for writing task 1. So 6 bands, the majority, we can say the major concern here is to write writing task 2, but of course we do not let writing task 1 like that only. We have to focus on that also. But writing task 2, there are some specific format. If we can follow it properly, we can generate the ideas according to that synchronization, we can get good bands. Today we are facing problems that we are not getting plus 6.5 bands. There are some problems because you're not following the punctuations, you're not following the proper standard structures, and you're not achieving your task. So what is your task? Task 2 is 40 minutes. The 6 bands, particular 6 bands are there for you, and minimum you can write 250 words. Now minimum you can write 250 words, that means you have to adhere to 250 to 280 words, not more than that. But if you are going, if you're going beyond 280 or 300 or 350, you are just exaggerating your thoughts, nothing else. So please be confined to the rule that you have to follow 250 word limit, and you can stretch yourself up to 280. Okay, so let's come to the next part, that is called the format of essay. Okay, but before starting with the format of essay, let me make you very clear about that in particular writing task 2 we have total 8 types of essays. Now what is this 8 type? What are particular these 8 types? Number 1, do you agree, disagree? Number 2, to what extent do you agree, disagree? Number 3, discuss both views and give your opinion. Number 4, what are the advantages and disadvantages? Number 5, do advantages outweigh disadvantages? Number 6, what are the problems and what are the solutions? Number 7, what are the causes and what are the effects? Number 8, 2 questions based essay. So I have given you the protocol, the overview of the 8 types of essay. But today we can just we have to make sure that all these essays follow the same structure. It is mandatory to follow such structure. You can write according to your own wish, you can write according to your own way, but you have to be in this structure what is there in front of you. So first of all, the number 1 thing is your introduction. The second thing is your supporting paragraph 1, that means BP, that is body paragraph 1. The third part is body paragraph 2, and the fourth part is your conclusion. So overall your essay must be in the 4 parts: introduction, body para 1, body para 2, and conclusion. So let's understand the format first, how you have to go through the format. The first thing is, in the introduction part, you have to understand that introduction is one of the important factor in which you have to give the overview in a very good way. As when examiner reads your essay, he has to feel that you have written so good and you have written in connection to the thoughts. So first of all, what is your main thing in writing task 2? In writing task 2, first read the paragraph, first read the topic. After reading the topic, analyze out of 8 tasks what is your task. Accordingly, in the introduction, you can write such things. Now, before going to the various types of essay, let me give you a brief about this format of essay writing. Then after that, one by one, I will give you the way how to write. And particularly today I am going to discuss problem solutions, in which you will be understanding the way how I am writing global sentence, how I am writing paraphrase, or how I am writing BP1, BP2 with conclusion. So let's begin the format. In the introduction, make sure these 3 points must be covered, but in the global sentence part, what are the 3 points in the introduction? First is global sentence, second is paraphrase, third is thesis statement. Now let me give you the detail about that. Global sentence is nothing but you have to write the general statement related to that topic only. Global statement, for example, if your topic is coming from the particular part, that is education, and you are writing about that, but the first line what you are starting, that education is indispensable part of the modern society, or education is one of the foundation, or is one of the backbone parts of the modern era. So education plays an important role in the modern society. This is particularly one line general statement which is applicable to everyone. Therefore it is called global or general statement. But students, this is completely optional. It is not mandatory to write these global statements. Many of the senior examiners skip this part because they don't feel that there is importance of any global part. But you can write, and if you want to skip, you can skip. Global sentence is completely optional. When it comes to the paraphrasing, now what is paraphrase? Paraphrase is something you need to rewrite your topic in your own words. It is nothing but the synonym part of your topic. What you have to do in the paraphrase, you can just underline the words, underline the particular words of the topic, and you can just make the synonyms of it, and accordingly you can make the paraphrase of the topic. Paraphrase means, for example, if I am saying my name is Shweta, and the second type I can say this is Shweta, or third is I can say Shweta is my name. So what I am doing here, I am making my things, I am making my sentence, I am saying the same thing in different way. So what here the first important, the mandatory part is you need to paraphrase your essay. When you are paraphrasing your essay, examiner understands first thing that yes, you are understanding the topic. The second thing, you are understanding the kind of topic that is given in your writing task. So first it is very much important to paraphrase it. For example, if there is a written suppose important, and if you are unable to find the meaning or the synonym of the word important, you can just make the other form of the word important, that becomes importance. Okay, so there is written there important, and you have written the importance of something, so you can just, you're paraphrasing it, nothing else. You're doing the same thing, the same concept you're applying, you're paraphrasing, you're rewriting the topic in your own words. Okay, and the third part is your thesis statement. Now what is thesis statement? Thesis statement is nothing but it is the ending of the introduction. When you are going to end your introduction with the task, out of 8 types of essays, which is your task? For example, problems and solutions. So you can directly write, this essay will discuss various problems related to the environment, for example, and also discuss the possible solutions. So what I have written in your thesis statement, this essay will discuss various problems, or problems, you can say difficulties, and also some major measures or solutions in order to curb these problems. Okay, so thesis statement is the ending of the introduction, but here I have written one more thing, that is plus opinion. Now it is very much important for you guys that you should understand that if the essay writing is demanding opinion anywhere, do you agree, disagree, what do you think, what are the problems according to you, or what are the solutions according to you, whenever he is asking you the question, or whenever he is raising question, do you agree, or do advantages outweigh disadvantages, or give your opinion, whenever he is asking you your opinion, it is mandatory to write your opinion in the thesis statement. Thesis statement is the ending line of the introduction with the accomplishment of the task. You have to complete it with the type of task what they have given you. Okay, so the first part in the introduction is the global sentence, where you need to write the general statement. The second part is the paraphrase, means you have to restate your topic in your own words. You have to write the same meaning but with different words. And thesis statement is something you have to end your introduction with the lining with plus your opinion. That for example, although for example, there is a topic like some people say that internet is boon to the society, and others are saying that internet is detrimental. What is your opinion? Okay, so when you are writing your thesis statement, you can write the complex sentence plus your opinion, that although some people believe that technology or internet is harmful to the society, comma, I believe, or according to me, or I think, or I vouch that internet is beneficial for the society. So what here I have given you, particularly you have to give your opinion. So it is very much important to state your opinion in the introduction part. If you are not stating this, see, thesis statement is one of the important criteria where examiner is judging you whether you have understood the topic properly or not. Paraphrasing is something where the examiner is judging you whether you are capable to transfer or transform your statement in the new way or not. So these two parts are compulsory. Global statement is nothing. For example, global statement, you can skip it, this is optional. But why I am saying this is optional? Because students are making mistake here, that if the statement or topic is of internet and you are writing about technology, this will not give you a general statement. For example, I have given you internet is boon to the society, and you are writing technology is one of the indispensable part of the society. So here I have not given you the topic related to the technology. I have given you the micro part, that is called internet. So if you are able to write global sentence in the internet or for the internet part, then it is okay. Otherwise, global sentence students generally make like that only. So if you are unable to frame your global sentence, skip it. But paraphrasing and thesis statement is very much important. Okay, then come to the supporting paragraph 1. This is called body para 1. Now body paragraph 1 is, the first part I have written here is you need to write the topic sentence. Now, what is topic sentence? Students, I will give you one-to-one the detailed proper structural format, and if you're following this format, trust me, you will be getting more than 7 bands, or if not, at least you'll be getting 7 bands. But make sure whenever you are writing, your punctuation marks must be correct, and you are writing complex sentences more than simple or compound sentences. Okay, so the most important part for the body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, the first thing you can see on the screen that I have written the same format for BP1 and BP2, the first important thing. Now you can follow the same format for body para 1 and same format for body para 2. Okay, now what is this format? The first important thing is topic sentence. What is topic sentence? The name itself reveals that topic sentence is whatever the topic you are covering in the body paragraph 1, you have to state it in that one particular line. For example, in body paragraph 1, I want to write about various problems, right? And in body paragraph 2, I have to write about the solutions. So what I do in body paragraph 1, the first line of mine will be there are umpteen problems, there are various problems, there are ample problems. For example, for the topic maybe for the air pollution. Okay, so why air pollution is creating, what are the problems, right? So we can say there are umpteen problems or difficulties, the air pollution, because of this air pollution is spreading. So topic sentence is one of the important thing where you have to show to the examiner that this is my topic sentence. The second part is simply topic sentence is something where the examiner understands that what you are going to write in the paragraph. Okay, so make sure you are writing the first line, giving the understanding to the examiner that yes, you're talking about problems in the BP1. Okay, and same thing for the BP2 also, that there are various solutions for this. Okay, so the first important thing for both the paragraphs are topic sentence. The second thing is linker. Now what is linker? Linker is the connecting word. There are umpteen reasons, or there are umpteen problems why air pollution is spreading. The primary reason is the primary concern is the significant concern is. So the first thing what I have written here, students generally write firstly, secondly, thirdly. Do not write this. This is very cliche. So if you are writing it, skip it. You can come to the next part, that is called linker. The primary concern is, or the primary reason is, so this is called linker. Then you have to add your idea number 1. What is your main idea? For example, again I am giving you a topic. For example, that traffic congestion. What are the problems behind traffic congestion? So what you have written here, there are umpteen reasons why traffic congestion is present in the area. The primary significant reason is the first thing, people are migrating from rural areas to urban area, right? So this is my main idea number 1, where I have quoted the migration part of the migrants from rural to urban, right? So this is my main idea, where I have written my first idea. Now this is only one line, fact that this is the reason is this, but after that give your idea the supporting part. Why people are migrating and what is happening in the urban area. So if you are facing such thing, that if you are writing main idea 1, then again you are connecting your linker second, here your main idea 2. No, this is not. Your supporting idea is very much important. If you are writing supporting part, then only you will be getting the proper bands or the proper score. The reason behind that is, main idea is something which is related to your keywords only, which is related to your thoughts only. But when you are supporting it with the various lines, adding complex structures, complex sentences, examiner understands here that yes, you are able to frame the writing part, you are able to frame the sentences properly with grammar structure. So supporting idea is very much important. Then after covering, if you want to add your second idea, if you want to add your second thought, so what you can do, you can add the second linker. The secondary reason is, or if you want the extension of the first idea, you can add furthermore, additionally, similarly, likewise. So these are particular linkers. The first linker, if you are adding the primary reason is, or the significant reason is, and in the second linker you can add the secondary reason is, or another reason is, or additionally, furthermore, because what you are doing, you are writing problems. So if you are adding two thoughts, you can add two linkers. Okay, then you can add your main idea 2, then your supporting idea, and then it is very much important to quote one example in your body paragraph, both body paragraphs. So BP1 involves one example, BP2, that's body paragraph 2, involves second example. So it is very much important to quote examples in each body paragraph in the mid, that's BP1 and BP2. Make sure, students, that example is very much important in body paragraph 1 also, one example, and in body paragraph 2. Now, another important thing is that students are generally adding examples by taking the private things, like for example, my friend or my relative. Do not take personally. Do not take your examples personally. Always take examples generally. For example, if anyone, or if a person. So take, or you can say various researchers showed that. So according to the survey. So please write it generally. Do not write examples personally. Okay, so same format will be going to have with our body paragraph 2, that the first one is your topic sentence, the second thing again solution. Now what is paragraph 2? Paragraph 2 is about your solutions. So again, there are various solutions to curb the traffic problems in the area. The primary solution is, or the primary measure is, and then this is linker. Then main idea 1 means the first solution, then you have to support that solution, and you can add additionally or furthermore, and then you can quote your supporting idea and then your example. So it's very easy, students. All you have to do, it is not at all important to cover 2 thoughts. 3 thoughts are not allowed. Maximum you can add 2 thoughts in one body paragraph, but if you know that you can cover your body paragraph, one body paragraph with 1 thought only, you can cover it. What you can do, add topic sentence, add one linker, add main idea 1, add supporting idea with example. That's it. This covers your body paragraph 1. It is not at all important to add 2 idea. You can have 1 idea. Make sure after supporting idea you have to give the example. So if you are adding 2 thoughts in BP1, so you have to add only 1 example. No 2 examples are allowed in BP1 and in BP2. Okay, so this is the format. And the last thing is the conclusion. Now what is conclusion? It is something you are ending your things, right? So conclusion is the first important thing, is your concluding linker. Many students like to agglomerate, to recapitulate, to sum up, all in all, in a nutshell. Do not write all these things. Only simply you can write. If you have good English, examiner will judge you on that. He will not judge you on your basic, the heavy word of your concluding linker or to agglomerate. No, simply you can write in conclusion or to conclude. So in conclusion or to conclude. After writing this concluding linker is something you are connecting 2 sentences. Okay, so concluding linker, to conclude or in conclusion. Summarize the body para framework in 2 lines or 3 lines. Summarize the body means what are the problems and what are the solutions. You have to restate it in 2 lines and with your opinion. If there is a demand of opinion, you have to restate your opinion. So very important thing, if they are asking opinion to you, you have to give your opinion in the 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph is introduction and the second paragraph is conclusion. So make sure you are writing these things, these 2 parts, because opinion is very, very much important, because here examiner understands your point of view, how you are taking your essay in which path. Okay, so make sure this is the particular format. So Again guys, I hope you understand this particular format, that introduction, BP1, BP2 conclusion. Then next come to the various particular topics of that your writing task 2. It is very much important to understand that your essay writing part will become and will be coming in between or in among these all particular topics. What you have to do, you have to build your vocabulary. You have to build. Now the question is, from where and how many words I have to recollect in my mind, so it is very much convenient. I have given today to you a very important part, that these are particular topics you should cover. At least you should cover these particular topics that are very, very much important. The first part is your education, the second part is your environment, the third part is your business and finance, the fourth part is your food, family, health, children, Okay, I have various queries. Let me interrupt this session for 1 minute. There are some students like Tushar Soni is asking minimum, maximum, many examples are required in the essay. Student, only one example in body paragraph 1 and one example in body paragraph 2. Make sure you have to write your examples, but only one example in each body paragraph. That means BP1 and BP2. Then Suri Amar is asking how to start supporting ideas to main idea. Okay, Suri Amar, you have to stay with me, because after that I will give you the proper tips and the proper sample task for supporting, how to deal with this also, because when you read that sample task, you will be able to judge. You'll be able to judge that, okay, this is supporting idea and this is main idea. Okay. The third question I'm getting, which linker we can use, please explain. Yes, definitely I'll give you this detail. I'll give you this particular slide at last, that there are various linkers you have to go with. Okay. Of course, Suryamar will provide with the sample essays. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. And if you're having any problems, please do post your queries in the comment sections. I'll be here to solve your particular type of question query. Okay. So let's continue with the part that these are particular topics. Okay, what you have to do, students, you have to make a particular copy for the vocabulary, because examiners do not want your high-fi vocabulary. They do not want your very uncommon vocabulary. They only want that you have to provide particular topic related topic oriented vocabulary. Okay, so what is topic oriented vocabulary? For example, if I'm saying about education, so in my mind, education can be online education or offline education. So online education, if there is a question, for example, nowadays online education is trend rather than face-to-face education. Now, whenever you are paraphrasing it, in paraphrasing, you have to replace this word online education with other words. Can you tell me what are the synonyms for online education? Please quote your comments here. What we can write for the word online education? We can write digital education. Yes. Any other thing? Have your comment here so that I can understand that yes, you are listening and understanding it properly. Okay. So, online education. The synonym for online education could be digital education. Okay, could be e-education, okay, then distance learning. Okay, so are you getting that? What I have done, I have made this particular online education with the various synonyms like e-education, distance education, digital education. And for example, if I want to say the synonym for face-to-face education, that is called class learning, or I can say traditional mode of education, or I can say conventional mode of education. So what I am doing right now, I am building my vocabulary. Education, okay, and for example, primary school, I can say secondary school, I can say tertiary school, university education, I can say tertiary education. Okay, and the secondary education, intensive education and kindergarten. These are various types of schools. So all all vocabulary related to education, integrated, then vocational training, then you have to add some vocabulary related to education. So here, yes, correspondence is also good. So when it comes to food, now food, you will be getting the topic related to junk food and related to home cooked food. There was a topic recently, it came in the examination. What do you think? No, and today many people are inclining towards that canned food or processed food, and many people believe that home cooked food is important. So what is your opinion? Or discuss both views and give your opinion. So here, related to food, your topic is there. So you have to gather all the vocabularies related to food. For example, if family, there is a topic nuclear family and joint family. So you should have particular vocabularies related to these topics, and these are the only topics I am saying that will be coming in your examination. So make sure build your vocabulary related to this particular task. Okay. So it is very much important, and most important topic, I can say the most important topics that actually coming in the examinations are education, environment, food, family, health, children, media, of course, media, WhatsApp and Facebook, Instagram, these are social media, technology, internet, transport, society, work, art, sports, government, globalization, travel, language, animals, and personality. These are the very important topic. And what I have done also, I have also made my vocabulary copy in which I have written all these topics related vocabulary, So please make sure that if you are writing these, if you are accommodating, if you are making this accumulation of the whole particular vocabulary in one particular copy, you will be able to identify that, okay, your mind is working actually in the examination, that if you are getting the topic on the food, your mind is working to the particular topic of your vocabulary part, and food related vocabulary is there in front of you. Okay, so please be sure why I am particularly focusing on such thing, that make sure that you are adding the vocabulary of these particular topics. Okay, let's come to the next part. What next part is saying that these are the these are the band descriptor. Make sure today I have given you 6 bands, 7 bands and 8 bands. How you can cross your boundary from 6 bands to 7 bands and 8 bands. How you can switch yourself from 6 bands to 8 bands or 7 bands. There are 4 criteria. On the basis of which you can judge yourself. The first thing is, okay, I have one question again. Explain body paragraph, how to write in which things okay, definitely Itiksha, I will definitely give you a sample essay at the end of my session. Will definitely give you the detail how I am writing this and how you have to understand that. If you are getting this particular task, you have to write in this form. Okay, definitely will provide you. Okay, let's continue with the part that in writing task 2, there are particularly, if the examiner is checking your essay writing, there are 4 particular criteria on the basis of which you are being judged. The first thing is task achievement. Make sure do not you have to go through this band descriptor, but make sure what I am saying to you, if you're following this, you will be definitely achieving your 7 bands plus. So first thing is the task achievement. You have to address all the parts of the task, although some part may be more covered than others. First thing, task achievement is nothing. You have to sufficiently cover all the part of the task. See, for example, if I am telling you in your topic, if there is particular topic that now some people do not get proper sleep than the people in the past. Okay, then the people in the past. Now what if you are writing it in the if you are writing it as a paraphrasing, that nowadays or in the current generation, because of the hectic schedule, now people are not getting proper sleep, or there is sleeplessness in the society. What you have done, you have concluded your sentence now. But I want what is your lacking point here? You have forgotten the particular part, that past. If you are not writing that past that is in the topic, you are not getting this suffice banks. Okay, the topic was, nowadays people are not getting proper sleep as they used to in the past. If you are not writing that, if you are not holding that past keyword in your paraphrase, and if you are not comparing that past keyword in the BP1 and BP2 in 1 or 2 line, you will not getting bands. So this is task achievement. Make sure whatever words written in the topic, you have to cover all these types. Okay, you have to cover all these particular keywords in your paraphrase and in your BP1 and BP2. So task achievement, you have to cover your task. The first important thing, which particular question type they are asking you out of 8. Out of 8, which particular question type they are asking you. The first thing is this. After that, you have to underline the words of the topic, make the synonym and make the paraphrase it. Do not write more than 280 words. If you are writing, you are exaggerating and you are writing like that only. So please do not write, be very strict, be very much confined to the words. Okay, up to 280. So this is task achievement. When it comes to coherence and cohesion, examiners only check that whether you are writing in such a way that examiner is actually looking at it and understanding it at first sight or not. So coherence is something you have to logically connect yourself to the examiner. Okay, so please, coherence and cohesion, that means you have to connect yourself logically to the examiner, and cohesion means you are adding linkers properly. So if you're reading 8-band coherence, cohesion, sequence information and ideas logically, manage all aspects of cohesion well, uses paragraphing sufficiently and appropriately. Okay, so coherence is this. When it comes to lexical resource, lexical means you are adding wide range of vocabulary, and trust me students, if you are adding uncommon vocabularies, it will not give you good bands. Many of our students who were studying GRE, they were so good at vocabulary, and when they were writing such vocabulary in the examination, they were again at 6.5. They were not getting more than 6.5, and when they came to us, ma'am, we had used a lot of good vocabularies and uncommon vocabularies there, again we are getting 6.5. What is the reason? So I just told them that please do not write uncommon. Examiner will not be impressed with your uncommon vocabulary. He will impress with your topic related vocabulary. Although it is not uncommon, but yes, it is topic related, so he will give you good bands. Okay, so trust me, whatever the topics I have given you before this slide, make sure you have to build your vocabulary according to that topic only. Okay, do not try to add uncommon vocabularies there. If you are adding, it is in vain. Okay, so the third part is lexical resource, that had already been discussed. That lexical resource, you have to write your topic related vocabulary. And the last, grammatical range and accuracy. Now students, grammatical range and accuracies is nothing, only you have to understand 3 grammar structures. The first grammar topics, I can say, note it down. The first important part you have to understand is subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement. If you Google it, if you find any grammar book anywhere, the first important thing you have to understand subject-verb agreement topic. And in this, the most important type of rule is singular plural rule. Examiners only want that if you are not understanding singular plural concept, do you think that examiner will give you good bands? I don't think so. So please, it is very much important to understand the singular plural concept, that verb with SES is singular and verb without SES is plural. Make sure. The first rule is, the first topic is subject verb agreement. The second topic is tenses. Make sure always use simple present tense in your writing part. Simple present tense in your writing task 2. You are not allowed to write ing form. You are allowed, but in some cases where the sentence is actually demanding that. Otherwise, do not write. Always write your writing task 2 in simple present tense. So you should have a good knowledge of tenses. You should have good knowledge of subject verb agreement. And the last but not the least, you have to understand the conjunction part, in which you have to understand complex sentences. Okay, so complex sentences are very much important. If you are understanding the complex sentences, I already give you the details about that. That complex sentences particularly are the boon to the students who are getting 7 bands. Complex sentences. If you can read 7 bands and 8 bands answers, 8 bands, you can find out that you have to write complex sentences. You have to write more than 7-8 complex sentences. So understand this thing, that if you are writing 6, if you are writing simple sentence, compound sentence, if you are writing simple, compound and passive voice, you will be getting 6.5. But if you are adding complex sentences with correct punctuations, you will be getting more than 7. Trust me, complex sentence is the only key route where you will be getting this particular band score. Okay, so this is, again, I have given you that. Understand the importance, why they are not giving you bands, why they are not providing you bands. The only reason is you have to understand that the proper complex sentence structures must be there with proper punctuations, then only you will be getting them. Okay, let's understand the next part, that is sample task. Sample task, many students are demanding right now that you have to cover the sample tasks here. So how you can cover it? It is very much important to understand that how you can deal with such type of questions. Okay, so let's understand. More and more people are migrating to cities in search of a better life, but city life can be extremely difficult. Explain some of the difficulties of living in a city. How can government make urban life better for everyone? Now, this is my topic. This is my topic, more and more people. Now today I already told you that I will be focusing on one type of essay out of 8, problems and solutions. Okay, problems and solutions. So let's start. The topic, you can understand this. More and more people are migrating to cities in search of a better life, but city life can be extremely difficult. Explain some of the difficulties of living in a city. Now, what are the problems that actually city dwellers are facing, and how can governments make urban life better for everyone? The second question is demanding your opinion. Don't you think second question is demanding your opinion, because he's asking you question, how can government make urban life better? So you have to understand this. You have to understand this part. Okay, this particular question is demanding my opinion. So if you can write your opinion, it is very, very much crucial to you and for examiner, and you also understands, okay, you are writing your opinion and you are understanding that yes, the topic is demanding opinion. So make sure, if they're asking you a question, you can write, I believe that government can do such kind of things, what I believe, or I believe this. If you're writing, you're getting bands. Okay, now let's first understand the essay structure and ideas. What you have to do, you have to pre-plan your essay. How you can pre-plan your essay? Pre-plan, take 5 minutes, understand the topic and find out the particular topic, a particular thoughts. No, you have to add particular thoughts. Why? What are the problems that actually city people are facing, and what are the solutions for that government can make? So you have to pre-plan your essay. Now, how you can pre-plan? In this way you can pre-plan. The first thing is introduction. Introduce the topic means you have to give your paraphrase structure and give a general answer. Okay. That I'll show you in the sample task. Don't worry for that. I already told you in the format that we discussed that in introduction you have to give your paraphrase and your thesis statement. Okay. Now next is difficulties. Now pre-plan your essay. What is this? Difficulties. Difficulties means cost of living is the problem, unemployment is the problem, stress, traffic congestion, pollution. These are all the difficulties that you have. Feel that you are in the examination hall. Feel right now that you are in the examination hall and you are getting this topic. Now what you have to perform, I am giving you these techniques. Okay. The first thing is read the topic, identify what task is this. I have identified here that this is my problem solution topic. Okay. Now I have to reread my topic, that this is talking about migrating, more and more people are migrating in the city areas, and because of this city people are facing problems, and what I have to discuss what are the problems. Now now think like that you are there, you are in the city and you are facing problems. Now what problems you are facing? Be very general, students, be very general. If you are writing in a very generalized form and with good accuracy, you are very much very much nearer to your bands. So what are the difficulties? Of course we are facing the problems with the cost of living, unemployment, stress, traffic, congestion, pollution. Now what are the solutions? The first thing, social housing, reduce migration by improving small towns, reduce migration by improving small towns and the rural economy, or by creating employment in the rural part. Improve public transport, fewer cars. You can minimize the traffic by not adding cars, right? And conclusion, repeat and summarize. So in this way, in this 5 minutes, I have pre-planned my essay. And in between, in this pre-planning, if my transport related vocabulary is with me, I'm very much sorted. I'm very much sorted with my vocabulary lexical resource and my task achievement. Okay, so these are the 2 things I have done. The first thing is vocabulary related to particular topic, number 1 thing, and number 2 thing is I have understand my whole particular task. Okay, now let's begin with the sample task. Again, I am giving you this according to the format. Those students who have joined late can understand this because I am repeating it again. Now this is particularly the sample task in front of you. Understand it, how they have written, how they have connected the linkers, how they have given the particular supporting ideas. All the things will be solved here only. You can understand. Okay, let's start. The topic is more and more people are migrating to cities in search for a better life, but city life can be extremely difficult. Explain some of the difficulties of living in a city and how can governments make urban life better for everyone. Now first thing, let's start. Cities are often seen as places of opportunity. Now the first line of your topic is more and more people are migrating to cities, right? So you can start like, see, cities are often seen as places of opportunity, but there are also some major drawbacks of living in large metropolis. In my opinion, governments could do much more to improve city life for the average inhabitant. Now see, the first line, I have not added here global sentence. I haven't added here global sentence because I think that I do not require, because my topic is suffice. I can have it. Okay, so more and more people are migrating. So I have written here particularly directly I have started here paraphrasing. Cities are often seen as places of opportunity. Therefore more and more people are migrating, right? Okay, and but there are, now what I have written here, but there are some major drawbacks. So here I have explained some of the difficulties. So I have written here, there are major drawbacks. Okay, in my opinion, now I have written here, in my opinion, government can do much more to improve city life for the average inhabitant. Okay, then let's start with the main body paragraph. The main problem for anyone, okay, just understand, in the introduction I have written thesis statement, in there I have written in my opinion. This is very much important. This is one of the linker. Okay, now the main problem for anyone who hopes to migrate to a large city is the cost of living is likely to be much higher than in a small town or village. Now this is my main idea 1. Now I am going to give my support idea. I have to exaggerate this particular thought in a good way. Inhabitants of cities have to pay, now this is my supporting idea. Inhabitants of cities have to pay higher prices for housing, transport and even food. Okay, now this is, I have supported it. Another issue is that urban areas tend to suffer from social problems such as high crime and poverty rates. Furthermore, the air quality in cities is often poor due to pollution from traffic in the streets, and public transport systems are usually overcrowded. As a result, city life can be unhealthy and stressful. Okay, so this particular thing I have given you, that in which the first thing, the main problem is my topic sentence. Okay, the main problem is my topic sentence plus my linker. Okay, the second thing, I have another issue, my main idea 2. Then furthermore, I have added my linker, and I have concluded it. As a result, city life can be unhealthy. Okay, then when it comes to the next part, the solution part. Now what is the solution part? However, there are various steps that government could take to tackle these problems. Okay, however, now in the body paragraph 2 I have to write my solution. So however, there are various steps that governments could take to tackle these problems. Firstly, they could invest money in the building of affordable or social housing to reduce the cost of living. Secondly, politicians have the power to ban vehicles from city centers and promote the use of cleaner public transport, which would help to reduce both air pollution and traffic congestion. Okay, now in London, for example, now this is example, the introduction of a congestion charge for drivers has helped to curb the traffic problem. The third option would be to develop provincial towns and rural areas by moving industry and jobs to the area. So here in particular, this particular BP1 and BP2, you can find out that there are three thoughts are there. But what I recommend you, not to add more than 2 thoughts. Please do not add more than 2 thoughts. 3 thoughts, sorry, 3 thoughts. Do not add more than 2 thoughts. Do not add more than 2 thoughts. 2 thoughts are okay. And last, in conclusion, governments could certainly implement a range of measures to enhance the quality of life for all city residents. Understand this? I haven't written conclusion too long. I have written it very small. So be sure that you need not to write your conclusion so long, and your conclusion is always smaller than your introduction. Make sure. Okay. So this is particular sample task. Understand this part. Now last, what examiner demands. What examiner demands. You have to just understand this. Many candidates tend to think that examiner is looking for the best possible ideas. No, they are not. Actually, this is not true. There is nothing in the grading system that examiner uses. How clever your ideas, they are nothing like that. What is important is the relevancy of idea. And what is relevancy? Relevancy is something you have to give the supporting ideas to your thoughts. Okay, you have to give supporting ideas to your thoughts. This is important, students. Okay, next come to the part. Okay, these are the connectors. Students who were asking me the questions, what are connectors? These are the connectors. So these are the connectors, students. Contrasting connectors on the other hand. In contrast, conversely, however, yet, please understand these are the connectors, students who were asking questions. What are connectors? Connectors are something. Connectors are the helping hands for and the student for framing the sentences. Okay, for framing and for joining the two sentences together. So these are the connectors. Okay. Now connectors in this, on the other hand, in contrast, well, when it comes to result oriented connectors, as a consequence, accordingly, therefore, addition, if you are adding thoughts, you are adding also, besides this, further, moreover. So these are the basic connectors, and it is very much important to add at least 2 connectors in one body paragraph. Connectors means when you are starting in the topic sentence, the primary concern is, the significant concern is, this is my one connector, and in between you can add the second is, the secondary reason is, or the furthermore, additionally. Please, these are something which help you a lot. Okay, so Tushar Soni, how important, Tushar Soni is asking me the question, how important are connectors? Connectors are very much important, because this actually helps the examiner to identify whether you are able to connect your thoughts or not. Okay, students, so this particular thing, this particular sample task I have given you, that is related to the problems and solutions. Do not mix 2 thoughts in one paragraph. If you are writing the problem part, you have to write problem part in BP1. If you are writing solution, you have to write solution part in the BP2. Do not mix problem and solution in one paragraph. Make sure do not mix problem and solution in the one paragraph. Okay, so I hope these this particular information is very much useful to you. I hope you will able to sort it out, as you know, it is very much convenient, it is very much important to you, because writing task 2 is something very much difficult or very much tedious, because after covering your listening and your reading part, specifically writing task 1 also, after that you have to come to the writing task 2. But I generally tell my students, always cover writing task 2 first, then writing task 1. Okay, but writing task 2, in particular writing task 2 page, okay, do not write at starting point. So whenever you are getting the writing part, writing task 2, first write writing task 2 in the particular task 2 format, in the particular task 2 page, okay, and then start writing task 2. So this is this is particular information I have provided you. It is very much important to understand the task achievement, coherence, cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, adding complex structures, and always add complex structures with punctuations. So these are all the things. Will come up with one more type of task. Okay, so I hope this information was very much useful to you, and specifically vocab part. You know, you have to build your vocabulary according to the topic part. Okay. So we'll meet again. We'll give you further details about other type of questions, other components also. And till the time, enjoy and have a good day. Thank you.